A techie from TCS was found dead on the 16th of January in Mumbai. She was missing since the 5th of January. Ever since the case has come to light, it has only been witnessing interesting developments. The latest we hear is that the DNA samples of the accused, which were sent for a medical examination, have proven to be fatal for the investigations in the case. The forensic lab report has showed no traces of the prime accused's DNA on the body of the victim. So, who was the woman who met her gory end? Who killed her and why? What is this case all about? Here are all the details.
This is 23-year-old Esther Anuya, who hailed from Hyderabad and worked with TCS at Gurgaon since October 2013. It was on January 5th that she was returning from her hometown in Andhra Pradesh to Mumbai when she went missing. She boarded the Visakhapatnam Express at 7:30 a.m. the previous day.
पोलीस ठाणे येथे मिसिंग रजिस्टर नंबर 3/14 दाखल करण्यात आले. सदर मिसिंगमध्ये एक मुलगी विशाखापट्टणम एक्सप्रेसने LTT लोकमान्य टिळक टर्मिनस येथे आली. त्यानंतर ती अंधेरी येथे जाणार होती, पण ती अंधेरी येथे न पोहोचली नाही. त्यामुळे मिसिंग कंप्लेंट दाखल केलेली आहे 3/14 अन्वये.
Anuya had two mobile numbers and her father and her relatives kept calling her on both the numbers but in vain. She was not responding to any of their calls. Her uncle, who resides in Nerul in Navi Mumbai, rushed to the Lokmanya Tilak terminus and then to the Kurla GRP. When the GRP told Anuya's uncle to file a complaint at Vijayawada, where she boarded the train from, he immediately called her father Jonathan and told him to head to the local police station and file a complaint. The local cops then wrote an official letter and transferred the case to Kurla GRP.
The morning when she was she could not take the call around 8:39 o'clock. Father tried for some more time, and around noon he called me and my other cousin. Then we thought maybe she went back to the room and sleeping. So around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then things did not work out. The phone was ringing till 3 o'clock. So then we started, went to LTT station, and we checked there, and then they said the FIR cannot be filed here. She boarded the train in Vijayawada. They said you should file an FIR in Vijayawada, despite telling them that she crossed to Solapur. Solapur she spoke, the father. So she travelled already 12 hours, and she is just 6 hours away from Bombay. But LTT, the GRP said you cannot file an FIR here, you have to file an FIR in Vijayawada. So her father was already on the way to Mumbai. He was trying to travel down Hyderabad by road and take a flight and come to Mumbai. So our maternal uncle went to Vijayawada station and he filed an FIR there.
It was almost 2 weeks later that her body was found at Tata Nagar colony in Bandup in Mumbai. However, the body was charred and beyond recognition. It was her family that found her body amidst the bushes. As soon as the body was spotted, the cops and FSL officials were called to the spot.
They were really restless last night because they could not locate this. So morning, both of them, with the help of some of our friends, they went all around this area. Bushy area, muddy area, roads both sides and all that. Right from 9:30 or 10 o'clock till by 3:30, 4 o'clock, my nephew called me and said there is a body lying here. So we called up the police and then police have come.
Because the last time what we got from the mobile signal was in the Bandup area. So based on that, we could identify that maybe it's the Bandup area. So all my uncles and everyone, they started searching for it. Today we searched extensively with the help of local friends and all. So by the time I could come from Skuru here, there was a foul smell. With the foul smell, maybe I thought something is not. Dogs will die on the main road, not a row here. So when we went inside, we found the body inside.
Anuya's body was beyond recognition. Then how did the family recognize it at all? It was the gold ring around her finger that helped her family identify the body. However, none of her other valuables like a mobile phone or her wallet were found at the spot. A case of murder was registered.
Unit number 5, Kurla branch, crime branch. So that was on the 6th evening. actually they took the report. But FIR remained with the Vijayawada. I don't want to call it a failure. They tried their best, but some of the basics like physical search, that they did not do. And her sister's two cousins, poor fellows, they walked so much in all the bushes and all that. Finally, I don't want to comment and say it's a failure. It is the way they work.
అవి మరి మా ఇంటి పక్కనే ఉంటుంది. గత నెల 5వ తారీఖున మరి బొంబాయి తిరిగి ప్రయాణం అయ్యి బయలుదేరింది ఇక్కడ నుంచి. ఆ ప్రయాణం అయిన కాడ నుంచి అక్కడ ఆటోలు ఎక్కడం జరిగిందంట. ఆటోలో నుంచి అక్కడ నుంచి ఆవిడ ట్రేస్ అవ్వలేదు. మరి వాళ్ళ నాన్నగారు జోనీ గారు వెళ్ళి అన్ని విధాలుగా ఇటుకారు పాపం నాకు చాలా రోజుల నుంచి. తీరా మరి దురదృష్టకర విషయం ఏంటంటే శవమై కనిపించింది. మరి ఎవరు చేశారో ఇటువంటి అగత్యం, ఇన్ని చట్టాలు వచ్చి ఆడపిల్లకి స్వేచ్ఛ లేకుండా పోయింది. ఇది చాలా దారుణం. మరి ఇంతవరకు కూడా అక్కడ వాళ్ళ నాన్నగారు చాలా కష్టపడి 5వ తారీఖు నుంచి కూడా తిరిగారు. అంటే వాళ్ళు మా పక్కనే ఉంటారనమాట. అయినా కూడా ఆచూకి దొరకపోయేటప్పుడు నిన్న సగం కాలిపోయి మొహం మీద యాసిడ్ పోసి శవం కులిపోయి ఉన్న పరిస్థితిలో దొరికిందని మాకు నిన్న టీవీల ద్వారా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వచ్చింది. తెలుసుకుని పొద్దున్న మేము అంతా కూడా బయలుదేరి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చామన్నమాట.
The cops were jolted when the post-mortem reports arrived. Anuya was raped before being murdered. What's more, she was attacked on her face, on her head. The cops suspected a taxi or a rickshaw driver to have committed the heinous crime. Ever since Anuya's body was found, the cops kept looking for the taxi and rickshaw drivers with criminal records. They kept interrogating every other driver they grew suspicious about. After a lot of interrogation, they finally managed to nab an accused, but how? We'll tell you. In the end of January, the cops stumbled upon the CCTV footage where Anuya was spotted with a man who was dragging her trolley bag out of the railway station. They took screen grabs of the CCTV footage where the suspect's face was clearly visible and started inquiring to learn his identity. While it was alleged that he was a friend of Anuya's, her family could not recognize the face spotted in the CCTV footage. The cops did not give up and continued inquiring to learn the identity of the accused. He was later identified as a cab driver who was spotted wearing a white shirt. The accused was spotted shaking a soft drink bottle a little earlier in the evening. It was alleged that he was consuming alcohol from the bottle and was only mixing it before he took a sip. The cops also used the footage to take a retina scan and try and identify him with the Aadhaar card database. The accused in the CCTV footage was identified as Chandraban Sanap alias Eka, who was arrested from Tirupati. Sanap, who hailed from Nasik, had grown a mustache and a beard so that the cops would not be able to identify him, but for his ill luck they did. When cops investigated Sanap's history, they learned that he was a rowdy cheater who indulged in mobile theft and bag lifting. What's more, thanks to his criminal record, his driving license had been barred and he had come to Mumbai to only get another driving license. When cops interrogated him, he admitted to have killed Anuya. But he also adds that he targeted her only because he wanted to steal her mobile phone. Sanap approached Anuya claiming that he wanted to help her. He offered to drop her to her hostel in return of ₹300, and it was for the same reason that he was spotted dragging her trolley bag out of the railway station. But it was no cab or rickshaw that Sanap had, it was a bike. Anuya instantly disagreed from hiring him to drop her off to her hostel. He convinced her and told her that she could give his mobile number and his bike's registration number to her family members so that she could trust him. She pretended to make a call to her family back home because she did not have balance on her phone to make a call for real. It was after the duo crossed Sahakar Talkies that Sanap put out his plan to action. But as soon as she got off the bike, he dragged her behind the bushes. It was at around 5:40 a.m. and the place was too foggy for anyone to spot Sanap and Anuya. Sanap dragged her behind the bushes because he intended to rape her, but Anuya fought hard. It was out of mere frustration that he banged her head to a stone lying nearby and then strangulated her. After he confirmed her to be dead, he fled with her laptop bag and her trolley bag. Later, he knew that he would get into some deep trouble if anyone spotted her body. Hence, he called a friend who came over with a can of petrol. He intended to burn her body right there. In the meanwhile, he tried to find her phone but could not. He then, along with his friend, burned the body. As soon as he set her body ablaze, he fled from the spot along with his friend. He then gave the bag away to a beggar, which was later retrieved by the cops. When questioned about where the laptop was, he claimed that he flung it into a river. Though the cops have searched for it, they haven't found it yet. If only the cops got their hands on the laptop or Anuya's mobile phone, the case could have been cracked way earlier. They wanted to cross-check Sanap's face with the CCTV garb. When they asked him to shave his beard and mustache, he refused to do so, claiming religious reasons. His admittance was taken at face value and he was held guilty owing to the witnesses and circumstantial evidences. But with the DNA test reports having come out, how will the case see progress? Only time will tell. A News9 report.
He was a well-known and a famous self-proclaimed godman. But a woman who entered his life fell in love with him and ruined it. The villagers who were not aware of this were shocked when they learned the truth. Who was this godman and what was it that made him infamous? Let's find out.
This is the Shaileshwara Kshetra Math situated at Hulikatti in Kalaghatti of Dharwad district. Shri 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 Siddhalinga Shivacharya Mahaswami. The chief priest of this mutt is well known to the people of Hubli Dharwad. Siddhalinga Shivacharya Mahaswami